Guys, what is going on? We have a super special episode for you guys today. It is officially Mojo Week. It's outdoor season. We've made it. The off season is officially over. We got 23 teams headed down to Ohio this week. That is the official count at the end of the day. Super excited to get to preview this event. Super excited to see you guys down there. Hey, you know how we start this off. My name's Christian. This is my co-host Lee. Welcome back to episode 12 of the Fellas Podcast. We'll get our plugs out of the way first, and then we'll talk what you guys have been here for. We'll talk to Mojo. So, guys, the bat draw portion of the Pirates entry is over. Teams that have paid their deposits prior to the 19th. I got you guys down on a list. You guys will be the teams involved in the bat draw come the event, but there is still room. We have 1 to 2 spots available in some divisions. Other divisions, we can take up to 3 or 4 more teams. We are now over 20 teams, which is super exciting. We're looking to make this a good event and bring it back to what it used to be down here in Windsor. So April 25th, 26th, guys, if you got nothing planned and if you're wanting to, if this episode puts you in the mood to play ball, come on down to see us down in April and come join the Pirates tournament. Guys, you guys know Anarchy, Gem, anything you guys need, we'll make this plug really quick. Plug in code CH15. I got you to hook you guys up with 15% off that stuff there. That's pretty much it for the plugs. Let's get right down to the Mojo, which is why you guys are here. Lee, you excited for the Mojo or what?
I'm excited for Mojo. I'm just excited for this time of year. I mean, the clocks go forward. Like we're recording this, you're seeing sunlight in our
Sunlight
rooms
is
right
there.
here
Yep.
that we're seeing. I
Yep.
know. It just feels like we're back, and we made it through this gloomy winter. I always just feel like, truthfully, I know you yourself probably like consider Myrtle as like the here we go, but for me, for instance, because I haven't been able to make Myrtle, Mojo's it for me for like it's outdoor time.
Yeah. I mean, well, we were in Florida, right? I think this is 2,
True.
3, 4, 5, 6. I think Mojo will be like the 7th outdoor event already this year for me. So I don't really
Yeah.
get an off season, right? I'm like lucky. I'm fortunate enough to be able to go and play different places and stuff like that. Like I played twice this past weekend. We'll recap the Beaver draft a little bit like that because we want to talk about that a little bit. But yeah, no, outdoor season's done. Off season goes by quick when you get old, man. Like every single year, it's like you got less and less time to prepare. Which, hey, for some teams that's okay. You just want to get ready and get going. For other teams that are maybe making the move up to a top division or a higher division and stuff like that, maybe you guys feel like
Yeah.
you're not prepared enough. Even though this is like the beginning of outdoor season, season for us really in Canada doesn't start until May. So there's still some more
Yeah.
time. Stay in the cage. For most parts of Canada, it's like some of you guys still got snow on the ground, right? Like not everybody's fortunate enough to, like we down here in Windsor, we've already had a day in the mid 70s this year,
Yeah.
right? So there's still plenty of time, right? We're just super excited to be able to get outside, get to a major event. Mojo's a 4-day event. 4 days if you're fortunate enough and you make to that 4th day, but it's a big event. You got a ton of vendors down there, few pro players down there. You got 3 all-star games going on Friday night. But yeah, like this is the official kickoff to softball season here in the Midwest. In the Midwest, and we can say Ontario, right? So
Yeah.
um we'll go over the Beaver draft a little bit. You guys remember a few weeks back we had our guest Leah came on the show, and she plays for our Conference B team, and we were plugging the Beaver draft a while then, and that just happened this weekend. We had a few players. I think 5 of us from the South Detroit program went down. We were all playing for different teams and stuff like that, but just wanted to shout out Leah for running a really good event. It's always fun to go down there and play in that one. If you guys missed this one, be sure to tune in. I'm pretty sure maybe the end of October, middle to end of October, they'll have another one. Again, down in Ohio and stuff. So you guys make sure you sign up for that. But again, like I wish we had more draft events here.
Yeah.
Going down there
They are
and
starting to get more popular, right? Like
right.
we are starting to see like a few pop up. Like I think Crumb's running one potentially. Like I
Okay.
think, yeah. So I think there are people we're trying to get it there, and I mean
Hmm.
you can't go wrong with draft tournaments. I think it's the best way to mingle the divisions together.
Right, for sure. And it's like Bailey had a team that went 1-2 in pool play, and they ended up winning the King seat game, and they ended up taking first overall. Ben and M played together. They had Lee on their team. They were stacked at the girls' position. They had two girls coming to the PIF with us. They finished third. Benny was on a team that finished fourth. I had two
How'd you
dudes
do?
that
You're having you're having a winner.
Saturday or Sunday. How do we do
Hey, I'll
Saturdays?
let you pick. I'll let
Oh
you
my
pick which
goodness.
one you want to tell me about.
Well, oh, Sunday was definitely better than Saturday. Um,
Can't get much worse than Saturday.
yeah, yeah. I took that L with Daw. I didn't give
Yeah.
him one. I took it with him.
Yeah.
No, we came sixth, and it's like you can have good players in a draft tournament. What makes them fun is like everybody always has a chance, right? It's kind of
Yeah.
random, kind of not. Like sometimes you get captains that know players and they'll know who to pick and stuff like that. But like my team, we had two guys that used to play or still play higher than B in the States. We had myself, we had a couple other dudes that played like C. We had like six dudes with home run bands, sixth place, right?
Oof.
It always evens itself out, right? Like we had the probably on the guy side the most talented hitting team, but it always evens itself out. But that's the beauty in it, right? That's what's fun, right? And I wish people would get more involved. If you are running a draft tournament, send it to me. I'll plug it here. We'll plug it here. No worries. If we can get out there to it, I'll bring my people out there to it, guys. So if you're running a draft tournament in Ontario, sometime that's not a Super Series weekend, send me the info and we'll plug it here on the site, just like we did for the Beaver draft for you guys.
Excellent.
So make sure you guys send that. Yeah, we can talk Saturday a little bit. So Austin and I don't should say Austin and I like well, Austin and I were talking about we put in a team to this Skeeters event. It was Austin, myself, Pierce, AC played. Then we had me, Ben Smith, Frankie, Benny. We went a quick 0-3. Oh,
Quick. Oh, and three.
quick 0-3.
Using the new prototype, and stadium balls as well. It was a quick 0 and 3.
Yeah, yeah. You see, when you take all those bats and you cap them at X amount of home runs, and then you add like a pitching net, so we can't just like put it back where it came from. It's just no, it was fun. It's you're not gonna get guys like that giving their 100%, nor should they in a friendly event like that. But no, it was cool to get out there on a Saturday, see a lot of the Michigan guys that are getting tuned up for Mojo and stuff like that. A lot of ballers in Michigan, man. I'm hoping for good things from Ontario team, not only Ontario teams, but Michigan teams. Pretty much everybody but Ohio.
Got
Oh,
it. Okay.
OHNO.
Nice.
Yeah. All right. Let's get to it.
Mojo.
Mojo.
Okay, Mojo. We got 23 Canadian teams. We got an all-star game, which I don't know. There could be somebody in here that's playing it. I don't know. Crazy
Oh.
enough. But you guys are going to be playing, you guys, I mean, I think the opening line's probably plus 21 and a half. You're playing a conference team. So and obviously Talon has picked the best of the team that he thinks, right? Obviously everybody will have says on if you pick the correct team. I mean, I don't envy the job of having to pick a team. You're always going to get flack no matter what.
Hmm.
I mean, Talon worded it, I think, right? It's a young team, right? Like we're bringing young like talent out there. I mean, it's the equivalent of a major team versus a men's D team, like, or a men's C team, like in the States, if you had to go at levels, right? So I mean, it's going to be fun, and the crowd's going to be great, and I think you're going to have a ton of Ontario people there cheering us on. We're going to be loud, in that sense, but it's just a classic. I feel like we're getting set up, we're getting smoked by the States and everything right now. We're getting set
Hmm.
up in a USA Canada again.
um, it's obviously going to be tough for sure. I mean, I've seen a bigger underdog win in a game like
How
this.
are ya?
Yeah, yeah. Again, I wasn't on the winning side, but hey, for those of you that don't remember, last year again, I jumped on a team with Austin, with Slicker, with Pierce, with Kaminsky, with
Try.
Fry. Like we had a legit team, and we had to spot the Mama's Boys 12 runs on a baseball field. Um, and I wasn't playing for Mama's Boys. I was playing for, and they beat the brakes off of us. Right?
We didn't need the mercy. We mercied them
No,
without the help.
it was like 27-2 before you after you factor in the 12 runs. So they still beat us handily without. There's ways that like I can see. First of all, I'm excited to play with all those guys. Right, this is going to be a cool
Yeah.
experience. Again, it's about getting some younger guys exposure. It seems like, which is cool. This is not the border battle team that we send down to Oklahoma or
To
Cleveland or
also just get smoked, to be fair.
right, but this isn't that team, right? If you got guys saying that, oh, like this is supposed to be the best of the best in Canada, it's not. It's not.
Yeah.
That team could have possibly been minus Steele. That team could have been the team that we sent down to Florida for Challenge Cup, right? Like
True.
that's an all-star team, right? This is guys that are already going down there that Talon has seen that deserve a shot to showcase what they have, right? And will some people disagree with some of the picks? For sure. Are some people, you know, who you are going to disagree with me being picked? Probably. I don't care, right? It is what it is.
You suck, right? So you got to remember that, and you got picked. So like, it's anybody's game.
Rec plus, rec
Yeah.
plus. But no, it's just. I mean, are we going to hit more home runs than them? No, right?
No,
Are they going to be giving their best effort? Probably not.
probably not.
So
No,
that will open the door. If you're going to set the line at 21 and a half, I'm
I
going
was
to
saying that
take
off the top of my head.
I'm picking Canada.
I
If
think if
we
I
can if
honestly, if I'm thinking aloud here in my betting brain, I think I would set it at like the mercy of like a 12 and a half, like 13 and a half.
yeah,
Like, I
no,
think I
for
will set it
sure.
there.
For sure, for sure. But I know the boys are going to be fired up and it's going to be cool. Some of those guys don't get to play against Austin ever, right? And guys of Cam and guys at the Fries, guys of that caliber ever. So the boys are going to be fired up, right? If we can string together a couple hits, hit a couple timely home runs, right? If whoever's going to be pitching for us, I think Bryce is pitching for us possibly. If he can get some guys to pop out and stuff like that, man, it's slow pitch. It's underhand law ball. It could be anybody's game, right?
You're right.
There's some studs on our team, so as long as we play some decent defense, we can keep it close for sure. I'm excited
Yep.
for it. That's one
Okay.
of three All Star games going on. By the way,
Yeah, I think
we
we
do
have what? We have Michigan, Illinois as another
Michigan,
one.
yeah, Michigan, Illinois is kind of like a blended All Star game. There's like a couple C's. Each team had to have C, D, and then fill out the rest of the roster with E players. I think it was. That's a cool format. We got a couple friends on that Michigan team,
Yeah,
and then
and
I
I think
think
the women
there's
are playing, right?
yeah, I think it's an Ohio versus Indiana or Illinois game. I think it's just E and D for that one. Right, so that's the third All Star game, right? They're kind of random how they did it. Last year they did USA versus Ohio.
Yeah.
I think there was only one All Star game. This year there's three, which will be cool to see. So this is in place of the home run derby that they used to have. So guys, head on down to the big fields down at 7:30. It's good to go down there, right? You'll get the All Star games. They got a good concession in that area. You got all the like a bunch of vendors will be on that row. It's just a good spot to be. Come hang out on Friday night and come see us play. Let's get going with so we're gonna actually post on the page, not here. We'll post it on the page, a list of all the Canadian teams' first games. We can't post any more than that, obviously, with it being bracket. So depending on whether you win or lose, but we're gonna quickly go down through the list. I mean, Lee, I guess we can alternate, or I'll take whatever. What division you can do the next one. We're just gonna go through, and if we missed you, please let us know so we can add you to the list. We were just quickly counting through. If you're a Canadian team but you're registered out of New York or Ontario and we missed you, we haven't gone through and vetted every roster. We just went through the teams that are registered in Ontario. If we missed you, please let us know and we'll add you to the list. So I'll go with Men's E first. Men's E, the Cobra Chickens. Their first game is Thursday, scheduled at 2:20 on field 16. You got the winner of game number 22. So if I go try to find 22, you got the winners of Just the Tip and Slap and Tick. Fucking E names. God damn.
These E names are just outrageous.
So the
You got
Cobra
the winner
Chickens,
of
the Cobra
Slap and
Chickens.
Tickle.
What is this, co-ed rec? Like, come on, man.
Yeah.
Just the tip and slap and tickle. All right, whatever. The winner of you guys gets the Cobra Chickens, right? So, if I can make it down there to that one, I will. So field 16 guys, Cobra Chickens. Turn 2 Kingsmen. They have a noon start. Field 7 against Derby City, team out of Indiana. Don't know much about them. But hey, good luck to our two men's E teams competing at the Mojo this year. Cobra Chickens and Turn 2 Kingsmen. All right, Lee, you got D?
I got D. We got the Rock Dogs. Rock Dogs are going to be playing TaylorMade in an absolute. If you're not doing anything
That
Thursday at
might
this
that might be
4:45, that could be a final game. That could
that's
have been
that's
a win.
that's that is the round one game of the tournament right there.
Yeah, that's a big game, and I think it will set the tone for either team. Like I think if we're gonna get into it more, we're just gonna quickly run through this. We'll break it down more. We got Red Wings. We got a new B Super Series team that we've been told about. They're playing TDW Investments out of Jackson Center, Ohio. That's
3:30,
on field.
3:30.
Yep, Field 8, 3:30. We have the Ontario Thunder. They're playing WC Pro V, a team out of Westland, Michigan. That's on Field 7, 3:30. We got PGC Ontario, which I believe is going to be the Mavs. And they're playing
Peace
Watkins
peace peace
Powers.
PCG.
Okay, that means they might have inputted it wrong potentially on the website because I just copied and pasted it.
Okay,
But
okay.
anyways, PCG, sorry, my apologies. They're playing Watkins Power CS out of Greenwood, Indiana. That's field 2 for 45. We have the now not known as the Crown Royals, the N or even the Sick Royals. We are now at the NOTB Easton Royals. They are playing the Revere and Dirt Rats out of Alliance, Ohio. That's field 12, 3:30. We have the team that I'll be playing for. We have the Bashers. They're going to be playing the Natty Redlegs out of Cincy, Ohio. That's field 4,
That's
3:30.
that's got to be tough for you, eh? Drawing a Cincy team first.
It's emotional, that's for sure. It's an emotional team right off the bat. They're going to probably have Bearcat gear on right away. Maybe I'll ask for a jersey swap for whatever I'm rolling
Oh my
with.
goodness.
We have the A2O Royals. By the way, I hope you guys didn't book a Wednesday night hotel room if you're the A2O Royals. They have winner of game 15, which if I go to the bracket, I got D up here. We're gonna go to game 15, right? That's what I said.
Mm-hmm.
Game 15. So they're gonna either play sit and spin or Skeeters, out of Michigan. So sit and spin or Skeeters. But they don't play till 7:15 on Thursday night as their first game because they got a bye. So hope you guys didn't get that Wednesday night hotel room. And then I found them because they're registered for some reason under California. So might want to check into that. That's my heads up to Smoke. But I found Smoke. They are playing
Protest.
Smackers. they're playing.
They're going to
They're
have
playing
zero
Smackers.
players with California driver's licenses. Go fix that.
Yeah, that's what I mean. That's
How
that's your
high
that's your
were you when you did this?
nice. There we go.
Yeah.
But they're playing Smackers, Purescape, CBG Landscaping out of Tampa, Florida, on Field 1 at 3:30.
There ain't no good Florida teams come up here for this.
That's what I was gonna say. I think
No,
every
I
time we
haven't.
see Florida, yeah, every time we see
I ain't
Florida, we're like,
seen
are they gonna
one.
be good? And they get smoked.
It's like two buddies
Okay,
from Florida
Christian.
that come and pick a team from the free agent list because they heard
Correct.
about the
Exactly.
Mojo.
Yeah.
All right, let's
Exactly.
get to men's C. All right, men's C, we got the favorites up here in Canada. Skaters Edge, the Titans are going to play the winner of game 2. Men's Open, so all in, and no,
No,
we're
men's
in we're
C.
men's
Men's
C.
C.
Men's C. JB Construction and Aussies slash Boomba Pure. So you got Boomba Factory C team, JB Construction. The winner of that will play Skaters Edge 10:40 Saturday morning. You got the Kings. The Kings open up Saturday at 9:20, Field 12. They got it in tough. Again, we'll talk about some like difficulties and matchup and stuff, but they have MSGA. They got the Nature Boys, which is a pretty well established team in this area. You got the Canucks, Field 10, Saturday, 9:20. Strong as a mom out of Orwell, Ohio. The Rays open up on Field 11, also 9:20 a.m. on Saturday against Yeti 26. And then you have Saturday at 8 a.m., bright and early, you have Aftershock opening up against Uni Threads / MR Mitigation out of Grove City, Ohio, a local team. Couple good matchups there. Again, well, like I said, we'll break a couple of these matchups down a little bit later, but that's the men's C start times.
All right, we're flipping it over to women's E. We got three teams coming from women's E. We have Who Cares. They are going to be playing Showtime from Barnesville, Ohio. That's Field 21, Friday, 8 a.m. We got the Oxford Smash ladies that we've talked about a bunch already here on this pod. They're going to be starting up against Lady Bunts from Brazil, Indiana. Field 8, Friday at 11:30. And then we have Gast. They're playing Midwest Mayhem from Chesterton, Indiana. That's going to be on Field 19, Friday, 9:10 a.m.
So we have three women's D teams. That's pretty good. That's pretty good.
Yep.
All right, we have four women's D teams competing at the Mojo this year. We are starting with the team that has come top three the last 2 years in women's E. We have Ontario Storm taking on Lady Sting, a team out of Michigan. They open up Friday morning at 9:10 a.m. on Field 2. Matza Bricks will take on Lady Soko. Field 9, Friday, 9:10 a.m. The Bears will play the winner of Game 5 on Field 2 at 12:40. So the Bears will take on the winner, what did I say, of game number 5. So they will get the winner of Lady Tribe and PBT, right? So I got a feeling I know who's going to be that one.
Yep.
And then you have the South Detroit girls, South Detroit Anarchy, FAFO, take on the Renegades out of Columbia Station, Ohio. Field 11, Friday, 8 a.m. That is women's D. Those are your four women's D teams.
And then last but certainly not least, one Lady C team, and that is our Bandits team. They're going to be playing the girls White Allen Power Sports out of Kettering, Ohio. That's a Saturday start time on Field 9, 9:15.
All right. So,
First off, that was unreal, right?
what?
Like that's that we have this many teams coming down.
It's good. It's good. Not great for Mama's Boys, but it's good. I'm glad everybody else is coming down. It'll be, again, it's going to be exciting to see and cheer for you guys down there. Hopefully, us as a group. Hey, the goal as us Canadian teams, let's put on a better showing. Let's win more games than the Challenge Cup group did.
Yeah. And then
Because
as well, I mean, it's not the same thing that as
especially
what we did.
BC.
Yeah, yeah, true. I mean, it's not going to be hard to beat PC's record here. Um, but what we did notice even last year is show, and we noticed at the Challenge Cup too. But like one thing is show up, support the other Ontario teams. If you're waiting, if you have a big wait, like to be honest, there's only one thing really going on in Columbus this weekend. So unless you want to pay over $100 to go watch the Blue Jackets play the Sharks on Saturday night, come out. Like you're going to be
It's
at the ballpark anyway.
it's a terrible game.
Yeah, that's what I mean. So if you're already there, you already paid the $5. Just go walk around, find the Canadian teams. Like I said, we're gonna post at least the first start times of games, but then you'll be able to find teams. We'll be trying to update as quickly as we can.
All right. We're not going to get our picks in there, but Lee, let's go down and let's talk about some of the divisions. We'll go all the way back to men's E. Again, I don't know much about the two teams that the Cobra Chickens are playing. Um, what what could you possibly say about either one of these two teams going down from Canada that might help them out in men's E?
Yeah, I mean, the good news is both these teams, it's not their first time going, right? Like both have the experience of going last year,
Did
so
Cobra
hopefully
Chickens go
that
last
does.
year?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Cobra
I know the
Chickens
I know the
went.
Kingsman went. I don't think they did.
Okay, so let's go with the Cobra Chickens then. Cobra Chickens, the big thing that you're gonna want to know, especially in E and especially being cold and being rocks, is do whatever we can to keep the ball in the park. Do not do that. Do not do that solo home run. You don't even really want to do that two-run home run. Save it. Go through somebody. The ball flies. Like if you guys are single hitters, like you're gonna have a great time. The ball is through, and if you're on defense, give yourself time. The ball gets onto you quick, right? So like it is quick on the turf. You're gonna get the hops. You're not gonna have to worry about. I know a lot of the Cobra Chickens play in Tilsonburg, and or they're playing at SBC, right? Terrible hops. You're not going to get that there, right? So just make sure you guys are going to do fine. Like I think the Cobra Chickens, we've been saying it for a little bit as like as a joke. They are Canada's team. Like if we put a true C team in E, how would they fare on that going across? This is our chance to see. I mean, I think they should do fine. We don't know. I mean, the team names themselves. I'll take the Cobra Chickens in the first game over who they might have to play. When it goes to the Kingsmen, I mean, they have the experience. Any team is just a strict bias. If I see a team out of Indiana, I get a little worried. Get a little worried right away. I don't really think Sellersburg, Indiana is going to be home of a too many Amish potentially. But regardless,
You never
Indiana's
know.
not this. Indiana's probably not the state you want to see right off the bat. Good luck to you. I mean, we know a bunch of names on that roster when we were looking at it. I mean, you guys have an A player on your team. So you guys should fare pretty good. And I mean, if we can get out to 12 o'clock, I mean, there's not a lot of 12 o'clock starts across the board for men's E. So, or like men's E, and men's D doesn't start till 3:30. So I mean, I'm gonna try to get to that game.
I don't know if I'm going to be there yet, but okay. So PSA for all Canadian teams: get there early and buy your softballs. Right?
Yeah,
You, I know we talk about super dupers and stuff like that, and we don't really have stamps on, no, we do have stamps on balls, but
yeah,
it's not really a thing for us here to have, like, because at home balls get provided for us. Make sure if you have pre-bought balls and gotten them shipped to you before the Mojo, they are stamped One Nation or Pro One. One Nation or Pro One, the balls have to be stamped. You can't take a USSSA or a GSL Super Duper, even though it's the exact same ball, and use it in a One Nation game, guys. So if you don't have balls, they're going to be selling them for, I think it's $90 a dozen. If you think that I'm not going to get, if you're a men's team, you're going to need a dozen balls, right? Because
yeah.
you're going to hit them out, and people are going to steal your balls. It's just how it works over there. It's you can send somebody out to go get them, but you're going to end up losing a few. It is what it is. The women, I think they're selling by the half case. Again, there's I think there's still super dupers on the women's side. I don't know if they went back to a green dot, but super dupers, they have to be stamped One Nation or Pro M1. And I think the girls' balls, they're able to sell them by the half dozen at $50, but there's super limited quantities on that. So if you're a coach, um, or you're a captain and you don't know where to get balls, reach out to me on Facebook or wherever, and I will point you in the right direction. I've seen a few directors already and a couple umpires selling balls to teams before they go. If I can help you out and bring you some softballs and you just e-transfer me or whatever, I'll do that for you. Any team, but no questions asked. Okay. All right. So going back to men's E, I like the Cobra Chicken's chances to be competitive. I don't want to say I watched them a lot, but there was a lot of we spent a lot of time at SPC last year, and we got to see a bunch of a lot of their games, and that's a gritty team, right? Every time we would go walk over to Field One or whatever, we were hanging out at the pavilion waiting for our game. It always just so happened that the Cobra Chickens were playing, and like they would get rowdy, they'd get loud, they were hitting base hits, which is what I like to see, right? Backside
Yeah.
singles, stuff like that. These are things that are going to carry you into a win in men's E, right? Because sometimes in men's E, you just can't blow it through somebody, right? Because the more times you try and blow up that pitcher, the more oftentimes you're going to hit IEOs, right? I don't know much about the Kingsman roster. I've seen it. I've seen like the graphic they put out. I'm not really good with names yet. Um, I know they have some experience from last year, so I would think coach would know how to better build a team for year two of them going down. So again, hoping the best for these two teams. We're gonna try and get out there. If we don't, guys, we're gonna be broadcasting. I'm going to be going live for a bunch of your games since Mama's Boys isn't playing and I'm playing for a Michigan team. So on the South Detroit page, I'm not going to be broadcasting my games, right? So if I have the time, I'll be walking around Berliner with my game changer and I'm going to be, excuse me, broadcasting games live on the game changer and I'm going to be posting them on the South Detroit app for people to tune in and watch the Mojo. Um, but yeah, excited for those two E teams. Hey, there's only two of you this year down there. Go do damage, right? It's even if you lose the first game, it's a 3-game guarantee. Just keep your chins up, reload for the second one. Again, just hey, that one home run in an IEO is killer, right? Save that home run. If you're a hitter, guys, from hitter to hitter, here's my advice to you: if you're an E or a D team going down there, coaches or whatever, your hitters got to take walks. If your hitter can take a walk and then hit him out and then take another walk to free up another, because guys, if your hitter takes a walk, that home run goes through the order one time, right? Somebody else on your
You
team
get a
can hit
freebie.
one. That's a quick wave to go from one home run to 4, right? Um, yeah, that's it. Men's D,
Men's D is loaded. Like a lot of
yeah,
teams, almost like the most that you see out there. I mean, it's a lot of really good teams. I mean, you get like if I'm gonna go pick out a matchup and it can't be Rock Dogs Tailor Made, right? Because like we've already been saying like Rock Dogs Tailor Made Field 5 445. That's the game if you want. If you're not doing anything, if you're not playing, you have time in between games. That's the game you want to go watch.
mm-hmm.
Um, and if I have to pick out another game from the very first one of just guys that like I do know, like I would like to see. I want to see what this Red Wings team's about. Obviously, a new team coming in. It's a combination of teams that we really liked and see when we were kind of talking about teams that were kind of merged together. So they're playing a team, TDW Investments, Field 8, 3:30. I'm not going to be able to watch that game because my team's playing. But between the Red Wings and the Royals, who are coming down for their first time, and when I say Royals, I mean the Easton Royals. Um, this is their first time coming down for Mojo, so I just like to see the new teams and how they fare, kind of there.
Yeah,
So those are my couple games to watch. I mean, for advice for those guys coming down now with the new IEO, you get 3 in the IEO, right? So it's still
it's
just use
tough.
your home runs wisely. Don't want
It's
to blow,
tough.
yeah, don't want to blow through those.
Yeah, it's going to be tough. Like I said, that Rock Dogs Tailor Made game, that's just going to set the tone for the entire D division because you got Tailor Made who has absolutely handled business early in the year, right? Second place or no, T3 with us in Myrtle Beach, and then an event win at March Madness, and now they're here at Mojo and stuff like that. Um, they're a top 2 team in D right now in One Nation, and they're drawing a team that's quite literally gotten attention on both sides of the border, right? Um, you got that team that's coming down to play them, and again, you got big on big, and we're gonna see who comes out of that game. That one might be a 30-31 slugfest, right? I'm hoping it
Or
is,
it could be,
right?
or it could be like 8-7, and it's just they
Correct,
keep hitting bombs on each other
for sure,
and playing
for
good
sure.
defense.
For sure. But I mean, you never know. If I'm the Rock Dogs, I'm 1000% pitching Plum against Taylor.
Yep.
I'm not taking that chance. I don't know if Plum was there. Was Plum there with us the first time we played Taylor Made?
I don't think
No,
so.
we played him on Friday night. He was still on his way from Florida, so he hasn't
Yeah.
seen those guys. But Plum pitches for me sometimes in the States, and he's got some experience and he's got some filthy stuff down there that works. I don't know if it works so much with a mat, but in the strike zone, some of his stuff is nasty. And Taylor made Nico's a good pitcher too, so that's going to be a pretty good matchup. Like I don't play until 6 o'clock, so I'm probably going to be at that Rock Dogs Taylor made game. I don't got no advice for those boys. All these boys can play. Talk about some other matchups. Ontario Thunder, who came top 5 last year in E, plays Pro V. Pro V was the Michigan State champ last year, and I guess you could say no, Goliath won states, but I think Pro V led the state in points in the men's D division. That's a good matchup to start. Uh, the Royal. I mean, if there was a group of death in D, the Royals are sitting in it, right? So
Which
seeding
Royals?
8-2. 8-2
Okay, got
Royals.
it.
So the way seeding works before April 1st in One Nation is it's completely random. So the Royals actually drew the overall number 1 seed. Um, but they have an absolute gauntlet in their side of the bracket. I'm looking at it right now, and maybe we can like put it like a little image up here, and we'll get a crop of their bracket from game 17 up. But let's just say, for example, so the Royals are sitting at game 46. They play the winner of game 15, which is Sit and Spin and Skeeters. Skeeters actually ran the fundraiser tournament we were just at, right? Skeeters is a good team from Michigan. They're a damn good team, right? So it's
Yep.
I'm thinking it's going to be 8-2 Royals against Skeeters. The winner of that game is going to play the winner of Ignite and iFix Ugly. iFix Ugly was a top 4 team last year in Mojo and D, and Ignite is still to me the favorite to be one of the best, if not the best team in D. We took
Yep.
them out in Myrtle Beach, but that team is loaded. Like their coach slash hitter Marvin Yoder is sick. They are good. And then you go down, you got Carnage is in there, you got New Religion
New
is in
religion.
there. You
Yep.
look to game 48, the 16th seed is Bum Squad. Bum Squad used to be the best team in their respective division in Michigan a few years ago. Then they folded, guys went around, and now they're back. That is one of my picks to come top 5 this event, right? So you got Bum Squad, New Religion, Skeeters, Royals, iFix Ugly, and Ignite in the same little bracket, right? Crazy. That would be the group of death for me.
Yeah.
Um, you see anything else in D? Power's going to be
I
good.
just Yeah, we get to see the first time that I'm going to be able to see how they are in D. Last year's E best team, Brinkley is in here. So we're going to see. Last year we thought potentially, I mean, not we thought, but Forest River, obviously, after they dominated E and they went to D, um, we were like, how are they going to fare? It was pretty good. The answer was they were pretty good. And
Hmm.
now we're about to see it potentially with Brinkley. Brinkley's on that little side with the Rock Dogs. On that little side, they would meet up on the very end of that little mini bracket. But it's going to be cool to see what Brinkley's got, what they maybe pickups, everything like that with what they have. And then the only other one that I kind of saw was, I think in maybe an opportunity spot is I think this PCG Ontario, this Mavs team, if they can get hot, I just don't know a lot about this side of the
That's
bracket, but
that's a. They may have gotten the worst draw.
yeah,
Like they get Power right away, and
yeah,
then the winner of that game goes to play Buckhorn. So you would get Power, and then you would get one of the like a top 3 Amish team at this level. That's tough. That is tough. But again, you can only play unless you win that first game. You don't really have to worry about Buckhorn. But
yeah.
rumor tells me they got some interesting uniforms coming though. PCG.
Oh,
Have you seen them?
okay. No, I haven't.
Oh, it'll be a surprise for you then.
The price for me, like, are you saying like
Yeah,
it's gonna
yeah.
be for
No,
me?
I've seen them. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh, they're
Okay,
out there. They're out there.
okay,
The people are gonna know the Canadians are there.
okay. I gotcha. Okay, well, at least I hope you represent if you're gonna be going out there with the jerseys. So, I mean, like I said, we're gonna try to get to a ton of these games, but I mean, let's talk C. Like, I think C is. I'll let you kind of run that horn on C, but like, you're getting the best of our top A teams are all here.
They are. They are. I was talking to JT a little bit today about C. So JT is going to be playing for the Kings, and they got again not a great draw again. And C is one of those things where I think the limit is 6 or 7 home runs. Right? It's softball. Anything can happen. But you do have your good teams and you have your not so great teams at any given level. And they just happened to draw a team that was second last year at this event. People have already been throwing accusations on about this team about them getting players dropped and favors being done for them, et cetera, et cetera. Again, I don't know if they're true. I live on the wrong side of the border to know they're true. I'm just going based off what I read. But they drew MSGA, the Nature Boys, who I think that is a team last year in D when they went down to U Trip Worlds in Florida. I think they came top 3. I think.
Yeah.
Pretty sure.
Yeah, I
There
think
was an
so.
Ohio team, and I think it was MSGA that came top three. If I'm wrong again, I'm wrong, but I'm pretty positive. And I mean, the winner of that MSGA Kings game will go to a game to play the winner of the Canucks and Strongest and Mom, right? That'll be our first look at the 2026 Canucks. We'll be
Yeah.
there. So exciting to watch that. Where we got JB Construction and Boomba Pure. I mean, JB Construction was a team that played well over 100 games last year in D. They were one of the few D teams to get bumped, but they were a no doubt bump, right?
Yeah.
They are probably going to be the ones playing Skater's Edge. You got Broadstone sitting up there in the 4 spot. Um, Yoder
This Broadstone
Buildings,
this Broadstone C team's legit.
they are
Yeah.
legit. They are
Yeah.
legit. And I mean, Broadstow's a team that they came third last year, right? Another couple legit teams sitting in the 20s, 26 seed. You got Pittsburgh Sports Bar, a name that you see
Yeah.
every year at this event in the higher divisions
Yeah.
pop up. And the number,
And a team that you'd see in Sunday almost every
yeah.
time too.
Well,
Always
it's a
there.
team that you're almost guaranteed to see on Sunday. And then in the 10 seed, you got Taffin, right? Taffin
Wow.
is a staple, right? Weather
Yeah.
Pro Insulation. That's an Amish team that I've heard has been making a lot of noise early in the season.
A lot of noise.
I don't know if that's the new United Fencing. United Fencing was on the team list on the Facebook site, but they're not in the bracket. But Weather Pro is in the bracket, and they weren't in United.
Okay.
But and then based on how much noise Weather Pro's been making this early in the year, down in like some Amish events in Florida and stuff like that, I wouldn't be surprised if this is the again. We can check the rosters to find out, but I'm just going
Now
off the
just
top.
United Fencing's in D. Are we talking United Fencing is playing
Mm-mm,
Headhunters in
mm-mm.
D? You're talking about the C team?
United Fencing won D last year.
Okay, I'm just saying
They're an auto
there is a
bump.
United Fencing. I was just quickly looking, and
Yeah,
there is a United Fencing in D.
maybe the company is sponsoring another D team, but
That makes sense.
United Fencing did the double last year and they won One Nation Worlds and then they went down to Florida and they won USSSA World. So they are
Yeah.
the as C gets.
Yeah.
Um But that'll be good. The Rays are playing Getty 26. Don't know anything about that. They'll play Premier Contractors. It's a smaller field in C, still a good size though. But again, we'll see what again would an A team, how good are they going to see, or whatever question we asked earlier in the year. We're about to find that out.
I'm intrigued with this Rays team too because we got to see them. They were one of the Canadian teams that was down there at Challenge Cup for the most part was the Rays guys, and they can score. Like they have the ability to put up a lot of
What
runs.
team was that?
Um, that was the other D team, Ontario D team down in Challenge Cup was that Rays team.
Had no idea. But it's a team that got in the shootout with Tennessee. I know which team you're talking about, but I had no
Correct.
idea it was the
Exactly.
Rays.
Yep. Yep. That's
Yeah, yeah,
exactly the one that you're saying. Then they averaged a lot of runs every game. I mean, and indeed, that's obviously what you're going to need. So I mean, I think my team to watch because you take away like obviously the Canucks are the Canucks and the Titans are the Titans, et cetera, like that. I kind of want to see how the Rays do. They're playing a team from like Massachusetts, so we'll see how that is right
yeah.
off the bat. I mean, maybe see if they can get hot, maybe win a couple too right off the bat and see what happens.
For sure, but then the one game I can see in the first couple days that would top that Rock Dogs TaylorMade game though. Keep an eye on game number 39 in Men's C, 4 o'clock on Saturday. If the Titans beat what I think will be JB Construction and Broadstone handles business, we're gonna get a Titans Broadstone matchup Saturday at 4 o'clock, at Field 10. Right, that's gonna be a huge game
Yeah.
down in C. Um. Yeah, okay. Let's get down to women's. You want to take care of women's E?
Yeah, let's take care of women's E. Okay, so women's E, we already kind of went through the first games. We have Who Cares, which so this is where we'll break down rosters a little bit more. Just from what we know. The Who Cares looks like a new C team, maybe potentially Lady Cartel people, maybe a couple pick. We know some names. We don't know like teams associated with the names. This is where we're still learning. Um,
I know
so
nothing.
there, yeah, okay, exactly. You're playing Showtime, Barnesville, Ohio, Friday, 8 a.m. I mean, I think 8 a.m. games almost sometimes are the biggest neutralizers of all time. It's first thing in the morning. You're not warmed up. You're just showing up for this game. It's just whoever comes out hotter or whoever makes the least amount of mistakes. So, I mean, if you can minimize the mistakes, especially in Ladies E, take the outs, then why not go on a run here? Oxford Smash, we've talked about a lot in this division. I think you have them winning B this year in our very early rankings that we did.
Mhm.
So we're very high on Oxford Smash. This is their first time coming down. Obviously, Carly has some experience. I know they picked up Lily, who's played every year so far in Mojo. So they'll have some experience coming on over. But this is going to be their first. I mean, I feel like we're going to be both crazy not to have them in our top five when we're picking lists
Mhm.
in that sense. And then we have Gas, which looks like the Outlaws. B team looks like we have Ange, who we know from up here in Windsor, is on that team. So they play Midwest Mayhem. Is there any teams? Obviously, you can't talk Women's E right now. Now that FAFO's gone, without talking about GSOD, right? Like GSOD's got to be one of the teams that you're probably trying to avoid for as long as you can. They're a team that likes to put up a lot of runs for the most part.
Yeah. GSOD won Women's E last year. And they started off the year really, really hot. And then they it was pretty much, you could say they peaked right after they two scooped our ladies down in Cincinnati. And then after
Yeah,
that, I don't think they did much. At least that's what I was told. Um, but you would think again, and they must have caught an absolute gift not getting bumped, right? Because you would think that you win Mojo, you win a few events, and just because you fell off again at the little bit at the end of the year, maybe they lost some players due to pickups and stuff like that, but you get to stay down in E. Kind of weird,
yeah,
but that seemed to be the entire state of Ohio last year. But
correct.
yeah, you're probably going to want to avoid them. They are
Probably,
on
probably,
Smash's half of the bracket, but they wouldn't see them until Saturday night. In the winners semi. Yeah, it would be the winners semi-final they would see them.
yeah.
Um,
I see Blue Mountain ladies.
at the
Blue
very
Mountain's always
top,
just
yeah.
at the very top. That's just always a team. Now, there's always a lot of turnover with Blue Mountain. Even when you guys saw them at Myrtle, there's a lot of different girls. I know that's going up to D. It feels like they kind of rotate through,
Hmm.
but it's just always a very classic staple. Blue Mountain, probably not a team that they've probably played a lot already in West Virginia. Most of the time they're
No,
out
they're
there.
Ohio. They are an Ohio
They're Ohio.
team.
Sorry, yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
they're Ohio. It's just that one pitcher I remember he had that West Virginia logo on his thing.
yeah, yeah,
But they're a good team. They're a good team. Probably want to avoid them. It looks like they're almost on the other side of all of our Ontario teams.
yeah.
They're at the
If
very top.
I were to pick I'm trying to see if there's like a game that I would go watch in women's E. Just going down the bracket right now.
I think for me, if I remember right, it would be game 63. I think Ignite last year was really good in Women's E for the most part. They had some good finishes across the board. They could potentially in game 63 be playing Smash. I think that would be a
Okay.
pretty good early game.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, true. I mean, I don't. Again, it's just there. You didn't really get like this. Kind of looks like almost like a world's bracket where like the good teams didn't end up drawing each other, which I guess is a good thing for a big event. But I
Yeah.
mean, best of luck to the women's D teams headed down. I honestly wish I could help you out a little bit more with some of these teams, but like I just don't
A
know
lot of
very many
turnover,
names.
it
A
looks
lot of
like. Yeah,
turnover,
a lot
yeah,
of
and like
turnover.
Ease. So E's a division that like gets picked. When I say picked on, I mean like if you stand out in women's E, you stand out, and those women's
Yeah,
D and C teams are going to come find you, right?
correct.
So like this again, like you said, a lot of turnover, a lot of players get poached from this division and stuff like that. It's hard to keep a solid core together for a while because again, like when you start out, you go play e-ball down there, and it's like if you have a college experience, you're gonna be fundamentally sound, you're gonna stand out, and then bang, here come the C team to come pick you up and stuff like that. I don't even think UTREP has E Worlds for women's. Like they start right at D.
Yeah.
All right, speaking of D, let's go to the women's D bracket. I mean, just right away, that the game in the first round is that Ontario Storm versus Lady Sting. That Sting team is built pretty good. I've seen that roster. Know some of those girls. I've seen some of those girls play against some of those girls in Dome and stuff like that. And them, if I were to say which Michigan team would give FAFO a run for their money in D and give them the hardest time, I think it would be Sting, right? So to see them matched up against Ontario Storm Friday morning, that's going to be a heck of a game. So that's my round one for women's D game. Game to watch. Broadstone Murder Mitten is there at Field 9, game number 10. That'll be good because Chillers and Lady Cardinal, you could also make an argument this is going to be the game of round one. They play each other 8 a.m. Friday. So Chillers and Lady Cardinal, I'm assuming Cardinal also moved up to D with FAFO.
They were
That's
good.
the team.
That's a good
That's
team.
the team. Yeah, that's the team that eliminated FAFO from Worlds last year. If Cardinal wins that one, they're going to play Broadstone, Pride Auto, Murderman, the ladies team from Michigan. FAFO. What do we got? Field 11, Friday, 8 a.m. Where's that game?
That is game 3. South
I gotta
Detroit
right
versus
by
the
it.
Renegades. And then if they win that one, if they were to handle their business there, I'm waiting for them from Dayton, Ohio, it looks like is
Yeah,
Day O White Allen.
yeah. So potentially, you're looking Saturday at 9:10 a.m. If Storm and FAFO both go 2-0, then we're going to get a Storm versus FAFO game in game 34 Saturday morning.
Yeah,
Right? So again, that's what we're hoping for. You want to avoid the Canadian teams as long as you can, but you want to see them towards the end of the winners bracket. That way, since there has to be a winner, there has to be a loser. That loser goes farther down into the losers bracket, then you guys can just keep
correct.
moving up, right? So, hey, hopefully Ontario Storm takes care of Sting. FAFO go take care of business and stuff like that. Lee, what do you see from the girls this year, the FAFO girls this year, and what are you hoping to see from them at Mojo?
I just want to see
So last year, obviously, started out great, win their first game, then complete quiet game 2, and they lose that game, right? I think take the pressure off of themselves. In that sense, as much as they don't want to say it, I think outside voices, a clean sweep of pickings, everybody all of a sudden on a very popular podcast is like, oh, this is a target on their back. It's a lot to live up to, right? At the end of the day, it is just softball. Just have fun. I mean, I'll say this to the day I die. When Fafo is rolling, and I think they're the hardest team to beat, they're smiling, they're having fun, like they're loud. And the moment that a team either takes that away from them or shuts them up in that sense, and like maybe there is obviously times where they get quiet or they get snappy with each other, and they won't be the ones to deny it, and I know why I can say this to them. That's when teams are like, we got them, right? But when they are together in that sense, I think they can beat anybody in this D. I mean, I coached them last year when you had your tournament where we had to go beat out a couple C teams. We beat out a couple D teams, right? And like there was no E challenger. We were playing up in that sense. So like this team, when they want to, can be the best team here in D. I think they just got to stay with each other and stay positive.
I agree with that, and I'll add another aspect. I think D is going to be better for them than E was. They got caught in a few like when you're clearly like you can say outside of GSAW because they're back in E, there were two teams that were head and shoulders above everybody else. There was FAFO and then there was Mid State come on mid year when they showed up. And
Yep.
those two teams, you'd either play them close some games in like what we call a trap game, or they would beat the brakes off of you, right? I
Yep.
think with less trap games for FAFO, because they're not going to be a heavy favorite in pretty much any matchup they play, it's going to be better because the games that they lost at Mojo last year, typical trap game. right? They play a team that is not good, that they've sat and usually watched them play for a game and a half in a game. They walk into that game almost bored, and then all of a sudden their bats aren't working. The other team's not doing anything, but they're flying like the first game they lost at Mojo, they hit 4 home runs for outs, and they were just
Yeah.
quiet and they're like,
Shout out
what are we?
Alley.
They're like
Shout out Alley
what
there.
what are we going to do? The other team was only scoring like they only had like 5 or 6 runs, but Fafo
Yeah.
would get they would double, fly out at the fence, home run for an out, right?
Yep.
I just there's some new players this year. We've got some help. We've fortified some positions. I've brought in some players to help us in certain positions. I've brought out some players to help the vibe on the bench and stuff like that. The team is every team's going to say they're built to win, but we've cleaned up a lot on our side over here, and I'm excited for them to get started on their run in D. Um, I still have huge expectations for them. Right, the girls have huge expectations. They want to get better. Some of the girls they're super excited that they get to play for a premier team at the PIF, right? So they're trying to work on their games until then and stuff like that. But it all starts here with the Mojo, right? They won the Weekender last year. They won March Madness. They won Worlds. They won everything. But this is the one that got away from them, right? Because this is the big meal ticket, right? I don't think they've released prizes yet, but some of you guys are going to see either tonight or tomorrow that like the Mojo prizes ain't no joke. We're going to talk about prize again once those drop. I promise you, next week we're going to talk about prizing in Canada. Um, we are because you guys are going to see some of these prizes and you're going to be like, well, why can't we do that here? We
We
can.
can.
We can. Oh,
Yeah,
we can.
we
We
can.
just money works the same both ways. Things cost money. You got to spend money to run a tournament, and then you give the rest out. But somewhere in between that, somebody keeps taking money here in Canada. But we'll talk about that later. Women's C, one women's C team, last year's D champion, Bandits. Lee, what can you tell us about that?
I mean, it is pretty much the Lynx team, right? One of our most successful A teams over here, for the most part. This team is really good. On this side of the border, I think C obviously is going to be a significant step up, um, than what D was last year. I still think they have good shots to go deep in this tournament. I mean, they're going to be well coached. They have girls that have been there, done that. Not going to be phased by the moment, totally. There's just a lot of this is where the team like where the field gets really good, and I just mean like there's no easy games in and out. You're going to be battling every game. It's going to be a grind. If you're Bandits, you got it. Like I just got to say, like I don't think you want to lose the first 1 or 2 games and have to go a long way in a double limb bracket. It's trying to just stay up top for as long as you can,
Mhm.
as best as you can is kind of what I think. I don't know what you're thinking.
I think it's the same thing. And women's C, you're obviously gonna get a lot more power.
Yeah,
I mean that's who they're playing, no pun intended. But it's like when we watched them play at Mojo last year, they put on a hitting clinic. It was
yeah.
single, single, single. Outfield comes in, whack off the fence. Single, single. It's just draw them in, send them back. Draw them in, send them back. They had a really good performance on defense. Um, it'll be different. The C division is where you, especially in One Nation, is where you see all those players that are trying to get picked up, like play at the low conference level. They'll hang around there, right? So you're going to get some absolute ballers. Um, they'll probably play a player or two every single game. That would be a top 5 player in Ontario.
Yeah.
Every team they play is going to have at least one of those girls that could walk on in the Super Series and be a top 5 player in all of A, right? But that's just how it is. That's the women's C division over there. But
Yeah.
again, softball is softball, right? Ball hits green and you run. If they just play the
Yeah.
game that they played, teams are going to be more reluctant at the C level to try and creep up. So if they just keep hitting those singles and they just keep finding those gaps, you're going to win. You're going to win games. That's how you beat big teams. So
They
excited for
have
them.
speed
Excited,
too. That's the one thing that Lynx has always kind of had is they have speed, right?
right? For
And
sure, for
and
sure.
and and speed's so huge, in this side too.
No, for sure. And Bob and I, we chat quite often about our teams and stuff like that. And he kind of tells me how his Lynx team is built and stuff like that. So I'm really excited to see them play Women's C again. A reminder for guys, they're Saturday at 9:15. That's our highest seeded or highest ranked women's team, and there's only one of them. So hey, get on out, come watch them. Lee, do you have out of all the Canadian teams? Give me one that you would give the most expectation to, and give me a dark horse that you think could win the whole thing that maybe people wouldn't be thinking about.
Okay, I think most expectation, and this can't come as a shock, is going to be the Rock Dogs in D. We all thought they were going to be in C. You could probably make the argument they should be in C, but they're down here in D. That team, that roster's loaded. Their expectation, I know, even to them, is going to be win or bust. Even if they don't want to say it, right? Like that's their expectation. Dark horse, who I think could win it, and I was literally going to say it in the sense of, I'm going to go to the women's D team. Is I'm going to take Mazza Bricks. That's the Genesis team for the most part. April, Amanda, who played FAFO down at Myrtle. That team is a good team. And
Genesis or
D,
Genesis or Griffins? You said Griffins.
Griffins,
Yeah,
sorry,
yeah.
Griffins. Yeah, Griffins. And that's my bad. But I still April, Amanda. I looked at that roster. A lot of girls I do know on that roster. I think
Yep.
they could have a good shot. I think the top side of that bracket indeed is a little bit more loaded than the bottom side of that bracket,
Right.
where Matzo Bricks are. So I think if they can get hot there and maybe kind of get towards that top spot a little bit more unscathed,
Mm-hmm.
I think they could be a dark horse to win women's D.
Yeah, so Monster Bricks, they played Lady Soko, and then they would go on to Game 14, where Goody Boys is waiting for them. Goody Boys, sneaky good team though. I know Sam runs that team. She's one of our Anarchy pros. I mean, they're automatically going to be good. They all swing Anarchy, so that's just
Nice.
that's almost like a advantage for them almost.
Yeah.
Um, they just won Mojo warm up. That's what they were calling it at Berliner. It was literally called the pre
Okay.
Mojo, the Mojo warm up. They just won that women's event down there, so they have an event win on them this year. So, but like you were saying that the top is, you are right. The top half of that women's D bracket is loaded,
Yeah.
loaded.
Like there's no easy outs almost anywhere. You kind of go as you go there.
No, there's not. I mean, we're not trying to shit on teams or anything like that, but what team, maybe even because of matchup, can you see might be like, I don't want to call them a letdown, but what team has it in tough based on what you've seen?
Yeah, I mean, we did kind of talk about the A2O Royals, and I know that they're going to come in here with a lot of confidence as they should. Their team is a loaded team up here, right? The Twins merging with a merging A2O Royals team is a powerhouse team over here.
For sure.
They did not get a good matchup. Right off the bat, like playing the winner and that side of that area, as you explained it with the death bracket, is
Yeah.
just it is gonna be very tough. And then I also just I feel horrible for whatever team is gonna have to play TaylorMade or Rock Dogs down in the losers bracket. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying some team you lose, you're like, oh, hopefully I get an easier game, and you might have
Yeah.
a team that like you're gonna have a team down there waiting for you. Um, and then I think that would be mine. But let's go through yours. Like, what do you think? Like, you didn't give me a dark horse. Like, give me like a favorite, a lot of pressure. Give it same thing that you said to me.
Um, I think I Smash is quite literally the 2026. When you look at Mojo, they are like Fafo, right? You have a girl in Carly who can absolutely play. She's probably going to be the one that sticks out. Like I said in women's E, there's going to be one player that sticks out like a sore thumb. Like I watch Carly ball out in a Challenge Cup, right?
Yeah.
They're going to go down there. I think that they're a great team. I think that they're poised and they play the game really well, and they're going to have no problem. I don't want to say no problem. They're going to have no problem finding success down there in the States, which not every team can say that. They have the right things going for them. I don't like to say absolute favorite they're going to win because, like you said, this is exactly what happened to Fafo last year. But I'm hoping that, hey, like this is some motivation for them. Like, hey, like you guys can go do what that team didn't do. And we know that there's a little bit of a rivalry there, right? And you guys can go win that Mojo event, right? I think that they are probably the team in their division, again, outside of the Rock Dogs, best built to win this event. Um, this event's, I guess you can kind of compare it to, like, in a sense, to Niagara. It's just a long event,
Okay.
right? You feel like you're there for a
Yeah.
long time. There's a lot of games. I think if you win the whole thing, you got to go. You still got to win 7 games in most divisions, 7-0, 8-0, right? That's not
Yeah.
easy. And then, like most teams that like win, like if you're coming from the losers bracket and you win, like you can go like we've seen some teams go like 13-1,
There's
right?
been
And
some.
from
I think the
Cleanhouse.
one team the first year that we were in E, and I think it was United Fencing
Yeah,
when
it
they
was
were in
Forest it
E.
was Forest River. Yeah, they lost
They
their
lost their
first
first
game.
game and they played like 17 or 18 games to get
Yeah,
all the way back.
to win or come second.
Yeah. No, they came second. They lost the
Second.
if,
Yeah,
and they
yeah,
lost the if game.
to a bunch of sandbaggers. Anyways,
Yes.
yeah, I'm still
Dark
gonna go
horse.
with yeah. The, is that the dark horse? Oh no, we do have a dark
No,
horse.
That was your favorite. That was your favorite. So now, what's your dark horse?
I I'd give it to you guys, but I know there's some player turnover there that's going to happen mid-event, and because of that, I
Oh,
can't.
yeah, I agree.
Um, I don't know if Mikey's still leaving or you're only getting Jesse for a half event or some of the other things I've heard, but like in D, it takes a complete effort the entire weekend to win that, and because you're not going to have that, I can't give it to you guys.
Yeah, yeah.
As weird as it sounds, I'm going to give the dark horse to Fafo, right? I think
What?
that
No way.
I
Not the
just
coach.
no, but it's I didn't pick them to be the favorite. I just think that it's a team that like you see a women's team or an E team come up to D. Um and oftentimes people are like, whatever. But we wouldn't do that if it was Brinkley. We didn't do that for United Fencing, right? Or Forest River. There are every year some E teams that walk up to the next division and just continue to dominate, right? And I think that if the girls with their pickups find their stride, I don't think that there's anybody in women's D that are going to be worried about a team that is going to come up. And all of a sudden, you have this team of Canadian girls that have 6 girls that can hit it over the fence and they can run on you, and very very quickly this game could get out of hand, right? I just think that nobody in women's D really knows them, so they can catch a lot of people, not the Michigan teams. They can catch a lot of Ohio and Indiana teams off guard. Especially because if they get the jump, it's like any South Detroit. It's the same thing with Mama's Boys. We walked into Myrtle, right? If we get the jump on you, it's going to be hard for you unless you're Cold Cats or Cold Cuts to hit your way back into that game.
Yeah.
Right. So I'll give them the dark horse. Again, they're not the favorite, but I don't think it would surprise a lot of people if Fafo made a run into Sunday. The team most set up for a letdown. And again, it's not a letdown because anything you guys did. It's just completely based on the draw. It's going to be a toss up between. It's got to be the Kings,
I was going to say the Kings have to be sad.
the Kings, and PCG. It's just they are in so tough with like Kings go play MSGA. Let's say they beat MSGA, right?
Okay.
Bam,
Yep.
probably the Canucks there waiting for them, right? And then you got Gherkin Roofing if
Yeah.
you win that one. So Amish again, right? But again, everybody in C is going to be good. And then you get the you get PCG, who, let me go back to their part of the bracket.
They got
Um,
Watkins to start. Watkins out of Greenwood, Indiana.
I'm not even there yet. What game are they? I was looking at it earlier today.
I'm just, yeah, it's okay. They are PCG. They are game. Oh, I'm in C. Do 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 do. They are game 24. So they have Buckhorn waiting for them.
That's right. Yeah, they got Buckhorn waiting for them, and then if they win that, you could have Aces or C&M Transport. You win that, you got Smash Brothers, possibly Brinkley. Yeah, it's just Grizzy. It's just again, it's a gauntlet. The winners bracket's always going to be a gauntlet, but like it really sucks
Correct.
at Mojo that if you get stuck with playing a good team right off the hop, or you get a cakewalk game and then you have a Brinkley waiting for you, that sucks too. So again, like those are the guys that I'm rooting for the most because we want to see those teams get through. But those are the teams where I'd be like, hey, we'll call it unlucky. They're the unluckiest team so far from what I've seen.
Agreed. All right, picks. We got to do it.
All right. No, yeah, let's do our picks. So the way we're going to do our picks, guys, I don't know what the score is. I know I'm still winning, but it's close, or it
Okay.
feels closer at least.
7
10,
4,
7,
7 4 or
7,
something
4
like.
maybe. So
Yeah, we only got two.
Lee and I are gonna pick 5 teams per men's division, 3 teams per women's division. Um, we're gonna get 1 point if one of our teams finishes top 9, which will be the losers quarters plus the king seat team. 3 points for top 5, 5 points for top 2, and 10 points for the winner. Let's start on the women's side, Lee. Who do you got?
And so, are we going to start down at women's E? Or are we going to start at?
We'll start women's. Yeah, we'll do E. We'll go EDC. We're not going to do the 2 open divisions.
Yeah, that makes sense. Okay, women's E. So, like I said, we
Three
obviously, as
teams.
you said it, we don't have to pick 3 teams, and we don't have to pick a winner. So, in my three, I'm going to have Smash. In my three, I'm just getting the bracket here live. I'm going to have GSOD, and I'm going to take Ignite as three of my teams.
Okay, and then I am going to take Smash. I will take G-Sod, and then I'm going to go Blue Mountain. All right. Women's
Going.
D. Give me 3 teams.
I will go.
Oh, let's go with Matzo Bricks. I'm gonna go with Fafo, and I am gonna go with um. I just saw them. Is oh, where are you? I'm gonna go with Dirty Girls.
Okay. And in women's D, I will take. Give me Fafo. Give me Chillers. And then give me Goody Boys. All right, women's C.
Women's C. I'll take Lady Tribe C.
Okay.
I will take the kitchen sink,
Okay.
and I will always support our Ontario teams and take Bandits here.
Fair enough. I think Tribe is probably a staple pick in this one, so I'm also going to take Tribe. Um, give me Nathan's Patio, and then give me.
I want to say women's C might be
Yeah, the
the
thing
favorite
I
pick.
know the least about.
Yeah, that's the team that. Give me Pack Mail. Give me T2 Apparel Pack Mail. All right. Now to pretty much just a crapshoot. The 118 men's E bracket. Lee, give me 5 teams.
Yeah, this one's going to be tough to figure out on this side. I will go with Wooten.
Okay.
If in doubt, take my boys from Wooten. I will go, and this is just gonna be me kind of rolling down here. Give me Cold Cats. Just names that we've talked about.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I will take United Fencing. If I see a United Fencing, I'll take a United Fencing.
There's United Fencing in E.
There is a United Fencing in E game 20 if you're looking at the bracket.
Okay.
Um, I I will take just because of last year. I know they have nothing to do with it. Give me Aces on bases just because of Aces.
Okay.
Last year, good team there.
Mm-hmm.
And then give me. I think this team had a good year last year in E, if I remember right. Carts and Parts.
I
I'm
was
pretty
literally
sure
just
they
looking
had
at
a.
them,
Yeah, I was to say. I think they had a good mojo last year.
and they always just fall off and disappear after Mojo. Is that five, Lee?
Yeah, that is five.
All right. Okay. Let's pick five. All right. Well, I'm gonna pick Smoke. Gremlins will be one of my five.
Oh, I
Um.
forget that. Oh,
Yeah. You might be in trouble there. Thanks for missing that one.
yeah, yeah.
Um. Give me so many E teams.
So many A teams.
Give me Hooten Automotive. Give me Happy Hippos.
Yeah, third baseman.
A
Ho-
wagon on him, let me tell you that.
yeah. Hopefully Hippos does good. Um. Give me this Havoc team out of New York, just because New York always seems to send a couple sandbagging teams in there. So we
Yeah,
have
I mean,
four.
true.
We have
Yep.
four. And then give me Bloodline out of Indiana. All right, let's go to the men's D bracket. Men's D, Lee, five teams, five picks.
Yeah, this is tough because obviously you want to take, I mean, you almost just want to play it safe. I'm going to take Rock Dogs and I will take Tailor Made.
Okay.
I think whoever wins that game is just going to be set up. And then this is going to come to the shock of nobody. Give me Brinkley. And then like why would I go against them, right? Is my thought process there. Um give me I was just had it here too. Give me Jeff's Performance.
Okay.
Like if I'll just start attaching myself to the Amish here now at this point, and hoping for a run. And I will do what's it call it? What is it? It's Ignite. Give me Ignite.
Okay. You notice there's no cold cuts?
Yeah, there's no
No,
cold cuts in this one,
no. I was talking to somebody
or
on
I
the.
didn't pick it.
I was talking to somebody on the weekend. There's no cold cuts playing. They said they got 22 events this year. They don't really care about this one.
That's a weird one to
Crazy.
say you don't care about. That's for sure.
You did miss a team though. You did miss one.
Oh no.
First,
Oh boy.
Give me Hickory Circle. Give me the Maven boys.
Okay. Yeah.
Right? You missed one there.
I mean, we were gonna have to be different somewhere.
Yeah. So give me Hickory Circle. Give me us. Give me Broadstone. Give
Do you
me
guys have all your players on your roster this year or for this weekend?
quadruple checked. Give me, give me bump. Right, Jay? We checked, right? Okay.
Yeah.
Give me Bum Squad. Give me Ignite. And then yeah, give me. Oh, fuck.
You left a lot of teams here.
Yeah, there's too many in D. Like I could do
I
a
know.
top 10. I could do a top 10 and still miss teams.
Yeah.
Wait, who do I have so far? I have
Here we go.
Maven / Hickory Circle, Bum
Yeah.
Squad,
Yep. Yep.
Broadstone.
Yep.
Who was the fourth one I picked? Or did I not pick a fourth one yet?
No, you did pick a fourth one. You
Oh,
picked.
Ignite.
Yes.
Ignite, and then give me. Huh. There's a Missouri team in here. That's a
That
long
can't
drive.
be. I
That's
won't
a
take.
long drive.
Yeah.
Give me Missouri blacklisted.
Wow.
I
Well,
mean,
on
if you're
your
driving, then you got
yeah,
to be
well,
some serious
it's the
trying to
same
come
with
win that money.
Tampa. It's the same with Tampa, though. I would argue with you with the Tampa teams that are coming up.
Those two friends that can't get picked up for a Florida team, so they come to Mojo. Nah, they don't drive. They fly. Probably Spirit.
Oh,
Send you back on the plane on
got it.
Saturday night. All
Okay.
right.
So
Okay.
that means we're in to see here. In to see 27 teams here. Five picks at it. I'm gonna go
This is easy.
Broadstone.
No, really.
I'm gonna go Broadstone, and then we start getting into some easy ones. I mean, I think I'll take Pittsburgh Sports Bar.
No
I
shit.
think that. Okay, thank you. I'll take Bellagio and Yoder Buildings. If Yoder's in the name, like, come on, like, I feel like that's just outrageous to not take them.
Wait, you know what some of them
I just,
you know what some of them call those Sprinter vans that the Amish show up in?
yeah,
What do they call them?
What do they call them?
Yoder toters.
nice, nice. I'm gonna go see my where I'm gonna be like where I'm gonna take Nature Boys MSGA Sports as well. And then where I'm stuck on my fifth one is I'm stuck between, and it sucks that they have to go against each other, but Taffin versus Weather Pro. I got to pick one of those guys and I'm hoping that they win one of their like. So I'll take Weather Pro.
Okay. Okay, that's crazy. I'm telling the Taffin guys you said that.
I
That's
mean,
your
they
American rock dogs,
absolutely.
eh?
No, they absolutely waxed us. I got nothing for that time. Like we played them. We played them at the Catholic tournament. Let me tell you, that game was over quickly.
All right. That was five?
That was five.
Okay. Give me Broadstone, give me Taffin.
All right.
Give me Nature Boys. And then give me Pittsburgh Sports Bar. And then give me the
Okay.
Canucks.
I love that. I mean, I would set the tone if the Canucks go down here and let's say they place, and it might be just because of bracket, but if the Canucks go down there and they outperform the Titans, no matter what team the Titans is coming, obviously Steel's not going to be on the Titans this weekend or like that. That's going to give the Canucks some crazy confidence going into the season. If that's the first one right there. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
I think can it happen? Absolutely. Right? Like I think those are gonna go they're gonna go toe to toe, but I love that. I love you taking the
I just
Canucks.
like it's a toss up between the Canucks and the Titans, but you're playing in a spot now where the better team doesn't have their token player, which is a top 10 player in the world. Right? You got to remember that the Titans sometimes at home play with a top 10 player in the world and the Canucks still give them a run for their money. You take that player
Yep.
away and you might flip the script a little bit. Maybe. We'll see. But for now, the Titans get my five spot, which is not necessarily five. We just had to pick five teams. But okay, so that's our picks so far for the Mojo. Guys, we are almost done. Um, from now, starting now, and whenever we have a big tournament, the weekend after, we are going to shout out a player that we've either seen or played against or played with. If we have clips of them, we'll post them here and stuff like that. Um, I got to play, and I'll take this one because I've done the majority of the playing the past couple weeks. So we're going to do a player shout out or player of the week, whatever you guys want to call it. Guys, trust me, this one's going to be impressive. I got to play co-ed Mojo a couple weeks ago with one of our good friends down in Michigan and a bunch of our friends down there. And when you play co-ed in the States, you get a guy hitter and you get a girl hitter. And we were playing co-ed D down there. And a lot of you would think, you get a girl hitter, kind of a waste of a spot. No, it was
No,
not. It was
no.
not. So, Alyssa, you are our player of the week or player of the month, whatever you want to call it. You're the first one of the year. We are going to post some clips of Alyssa absolutely nuking the ball down there in Columbus. I think she finished the day with double-digit home runs. For those of you that don't know Burliner, when you go down field 1 and field 4 in that quad closest to the street, have like the 40-foot tall fence over there. She hit a ball over that fence, and that ball was still going. And mind you, that 40-foot fence is sitting at about 320. That ball was still going up as it crossed, and it definitely cleared into the trees and stuff like that. So, absolutely unreal
Absolutely
performance
insane.
at the plate from Alyssa. We'll post some of our clips here, and that will about wrap up our show, guys. Thank you for listening to this show, guys. Thanks for continuing to tune in. We are sorry we are late. The bracket didn't drop until later, and then I was playing all weekend, so we've got it to you today. Guys, today's probably now Wednesday or Tuesday night after we're recording it. We will see you guys on Thursday. Guys, feel free to stop by. Come hang out with Lee and I down at the Mojo. We're both going to be there. We're going to be shooting some content down there. I'll might be mic'd up while we're walking around and stuff like that. We're going to be videotaping your games. Guys, come say hi. We appreciate you guys tuning in. Best of luck to all of the Canadian teams going down to Mojo this weekend. Guys, get out there, support each other, stuff like that. It really does help. Ask Lee and the Thunder last year. It does help when your Canadian teams are supporting the other teams.
Huge.
Yeah, huge. And guys, if you aren't going down to the Mojo this year and you don't know what it's about, or you're wanting to go down, you didn't make it in, keep tabs on the South Detroit Facebook this weekend. Lee and I are going to be posting updates, score updates. We're going to be streaming. Unfortunately, we can only do one game at a time from my phone and stuff like that. So we will keep you guys updated on everything Mojo this weekend. Hey, again, guys, we appreciate you guys checking in with us. Again, my name's Christian. This is my co-host, Lee. Thank you for tuning in to episode 12. We will see you guys down there in Columbus, Ohio in a couple days down at the Mojo. Peace.